Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Wehry Weekly History and Entertainment News. As spring is here, many theater companies have announced their fall seasons. On this episode, I'll be looking into the Berkshire Theater Group and Williamstown Theater Festival seasons. First, it's time for this episode's trivia question. This episode's question is, when was the stationery factory in Dalton founded? Now, for this episode's local headlines. As stated at the beginning of the show, local theater companies have announced their summer seasons. First is the Berkshire Theater Group. The Berkshire Theater Group consists of the Colonial Theater in Pittsfield, the Unicorn Theater in Stockbridge, and the Fitzpatrick Main Stage in Stockbridge. The season starts on May 18th with a production of the play 4,000 Miles at the Unicorn Theater. Next, the play Abe Lincoln in Illinois will play at the Fitzpatrick Main Stage starting on June 15th. Then, the popular Mel Brooks musical Young Frankenstein will play at the Colonial Theater starting on June 29th. Finally, the musical Pipe Dream will play at the Unicorn Theater starting on July 28th. In addition to these shows, there will be 3 smaller shows all at the Colonial Theater. First, Commedia Paula Poundstone will be performing on May 4th. Then, enjoy the music of composer Henry Mancini on May 26th. Finally, there will be a cover performance of Pink Floyd's The Wall, featuring Beyond the Wall and Mike Wartella, that will take place on May 31st and June 1st. Visit BerkshireTheaterGroup.org to purchase tickets for all shows. Also happening is the Williamstown Theater Festival. This is happening on a much smaller scale, but is still very much of interest. The first show being performed is the Plastic Bag Store. The Plastic Bag Store is a public art installation, an immersive film experience by Brooklyn-based artist Robin Frohard that uses humor, craft, and a critical lens to question our culture of consumption and convenience. Specifically, the enduring effects of single-use plastics. The shelves are stocked with thousands of original, hand-sculpted items. Produce and meat, dry goods and toiletries, cakes and sushi rolls, all made from discarded single-use plastics in an endless cacophony of packaging. The show will be happening May 9th through September 12th. Also performing will be a concert series with singer Sarah Porkalob's Dragon Mama. Sarah Porkalob transforms the festival's center stage into a vast canvas of emotion, humor, and resilience. With her powerful voice and evocative collection of 90s R&B hits, Porkalab vividly brings to life the complex tapestry of her mother's, Maria's, early years and queer identity, affirming the power of family, the importance of self-discovery, and the indomitable spirit of those who dare to dream beyond their circumstances. This will be happening from July 2nd through July 13th. Up next will be the comedy, Death Let Me Do My Show. Performed by award-winning actress Rachel Bloom, this heartfelt and hilarious show deals with Bloom's struggles in 2019 and 2020, as well as how the pandemic affected her personal and professional life. The show is scheduled for mid-July, although dates have not been finalized. The final show is David Ives' Pamela Palmer. David Ives puts a noir spin on an existential romance in this world premiere play. Pamela Palmer leads a seemingly perfect life with her husband at Witchwood, but has a bizarre suspicions something's wrong, only for them both to become entangled with the detective she hires to investigate. Directed by Ives' longtime collaborator Walter Bobby, who has also directed versions of Chicago and Venus and Fur, Pamela Palmer goes undercover as a plainclothes, philosophical look at the human condition. This show is scheduled to run July 23rd through August 10th. There will be other shows scheduled. For more information and to purchase tickets for the shows, visit WTFestival.org. Throughout the summer months, WWHEN will also be giving more specific show information. Our next stop is to North Adams and Mass Mocha for an exhibit with artist Kelly Ray Adams. Student loan debt in the U.S. today totals over $1 trillion and is collectively borne by more than 44 million Americans, including artist Kelly Ray Adams. With her installation Forever in Your Debt, Adams converts this abstract burden into a tangible volume. She has crafted hundreds of wheel-thrown vessels, sized to collectively hold the average individual student debt, around $37,000, in the form of coins. Each unique bowl holds approximately a pint of mixed change, worth about $40. This is also the value she assigns to the labor embodied in each vessel. Adams offers viewers the opportunity to engage directly with the work and the issue by inviting them to fill a bowl with their own collected coins. In exchange, the artist will send one of the bowls to each participant at the conclusion of the years-long project. As the vessels are filled, the red interiors, a reference to being in the red or owing more money than is earned, are gradually obscured by the coins, reflecting the incremental erasure of student loan debt. With this work, Adams connects the cost of her own education and the skills it afforded her, while drawing attention to how labor is valued and what is often a wide gap between educational costs and earning potential. With its participatory dimension, she asserts that the student debt burden and its ramifications socially and economically impact all Americans. According to MassMocha, quote, "This settlement is shared by the many lawmakers and activists who are calling for some degree of forgiveness and who note the entrenched forms of economic inequality perpetuated by the loan system. With first-generation college students and African-American borrowers among those most adversely affected," end quote. This work is on display until July 4th. Visit massmocha.org for more information. And in some breaking news, MassMocha and the United Auto Workers have reached a tentative agreement which ends their strike. This should open up all venues on the campus. Again, visit MassMocha's website for more information. Next up, we will be visiting the Wehry Theater in Great Barrington for a couple of events. The first is a concert with Joanne Shaw Taylor. Join Joanne Shaw Taylor and her stellar band performing songs from her critically acclaimed studio album, Nobody's Fool, as well as songs from the upcoming new album. Her guitar prowess, vocal abilities, and songwriting talents reach new heights as she presents a bold slate of material at the peak of her career. Joanne will also dig deep into her rich back catalog, where she will hand-pick songs from her previous recordings along with classic blues songs. Taylor has become one of the hottest live acts on the modern blues scene, and you'll soon see why. You don't want to miss Joanne Shaw Taylor in this unforgettable night of soul and blues rock. This concert is scheduled for April 19th. The other event happening is Camp Hill Village presents Music in Praise of Dignity and Care. An assembly of world-class musicians will perform music in praise of dignity and care in honor of Camp Hill Village's Copake's decades of care and integration among people with developmental disabilities. Camp Hill Village welcomes Eugene Drucker, violinist and founder of the Emerson String Quartet, Krista Benenfini, principal violinist at the Orchestra of St. Luke's, Gil Melamed Lev, pianist, Dana Kelly, violinist from the Orchestra by St. Luke's, cellist Roberta Cooper, and John Feeney, member of the Orchestra of St. Luke's on the double bass. This wonderful concert will also feature a performance by the locally loved and talented Triform Bell Choir, led by Akiko Susada. This will be a rare opportunity to attend a concert by these extraordinary musicians within the same program. as well as to recognize the four communities of Camp Hill communities of Columbia County: Camp Hill Village, Copecake, Camp Hill Ghent, Camp Hill Hudson, and Tri-Form Camp Hill Community. Sales from this performance will benefit Camp Hill Village Copecake's work as a welcoming and integrated community where people of all abilities thrive together. This concert is scheduled for April 27th. Visit the website shown here for more information. Local spring sports are ending. And earlier this March, the Hoosick Valley girls basketball team won another Massachusetts state title. They beat Boylton High School by the score of 71-54 on March 16th to win their third state championship in the last 6 years. They also won it in 2019 and 2022. The Hurricanes went on a 16-3 run in the third quarter to take control and beat West Boylston in the Division V state championship game at the Tsongas Center. It was an excellent game for the team. Berkshire County has a great hoops history. Last year, the iconic boys team won their first ever state championship. We now head to Dalton for concerts at the Stationery Factory. They will be holding 2 concerts. First, the band Crystal Ship will be performing. The songs of the band The Doors are very popular, and Crystal Ship covers them well, ranging from Light My Fire to Break On Through. According to a recent New York Sounds magazine article, quote, "Crystal Ship is all the things a tribute band should be. The singer looked like Jim Morrison, and he had every sway, tilt, leer, and growl right down to the leather pants," end quote. Crystal Ship will be performing on April 13th. The other concert going on is James Berry with Friends and Family, a benefit concert for the Chester Theater Company. James Berry with Friends and Family will be performing the music of Luke Kelly and the Dubliners. Expect many different Irish music and popular songs from this band. This concert is scheduled for April 18th. Visit stationeryfactory.com to purchase your tickets. The Stationery Factory also provides the answer to this episode's trivia question. As a reminder, this episode's question was, when was the Stationery Factory in Dalton founded? The answer is 2013. The South Room, crafted in 1889 as Dalton Shoe Company's cornerstone, illuminated handwork with ample windows. Business prosperity birthed the North Room expansion in the mid-1890s. The early 1900s saw the Spark Coil Company repurpose it for manufacturing automobile starter coils. In 1922, Crane acquired the building, birthing the Stationery Factory to amend paper products from local mills. The 30s ushered a 4-story addition along Willis Street, with modern amenities like an automated sprinkler system. 1981 brought a 35,000 square foot 2-floor addition engineered by Hill Engineering, elevating space and updating electrical and HVAC systems. Crane thrived there until their move in 2013 to Excelsior Processing and Engraving on Huron Highway in North Adams, Massachusetts. As Crane consolidated, remnants of equipment lingered, a testament to the past. They stand as a cornerstone today. Entrepreneurs and artists soon joined renting offices and studios. Many endure, evolving from small spaces and thriving enterprises. Undergoing a transformative phase, the infrastructure projects revitalized the space. Updated accessible restrooms, refurbished floors, and a revamped electrical system laid the foundation. Also there are Silver Brewery Distillery and Shire Brew House, a nano brewery and restaurant flourishing in this evolved environment. Public demand for event hosting soared, drawn to the charm of post-industrial settings. In March 2017, the stationery factory events business emerged, marking a new end of dynamic gatherings. According to their website, quote, "The big room's evolution, guided by many talented sound and lighting engineers, unfolds into a giant entertainment venue with a spacious kitchen. Our community witnessed world-class performances and celebrated diverse events, galas, weddings, corporate gatherings. Each modification tells the tale of creativity and community connection, weaving the building's history into a rich tapestry of shared experiences," end quote. We will be staying in Dalton for our next stop. This is a trip to the Dalton Library for a history segment. The Union Library Society was the earliest recorded library in the town of Dalton. An old letter-bound book begun by Williams in December of 1796 outlines the rules for this public library. Shareholders paid $9 to participate, and there were severe penalties for, quote, "every spot of ink or grease inflicted, or for turning down the part of a leaf," end quote. The society disbanded in 1828. A blank exists in library records from 1829 to 1860. A new library association was formed at the end of 1859 by Reverend Edson L. Clark, pastor of the Congregational Church. This time, the membership fee of 50 cents opened the library to wider usage. Pastor Clark became the first librarian and kept books at the parsonage and later moved them to the selectmen's room at the town hall. They were soon moved again to the district school next to the Union Block. Clark left town in 1867, and the library was absorbed by the town in 1885, when the Dalton Free Public Library was created. A total of 1,141 books were available to the public at that time, and the town pledged to support the library that year with $250 raised from a dog fund. The librarian's salary was $44 a year then. The library was moved to the new Town Hall building in 1893, where it remains today. Extensive renovations and expansions took place in 1950, 1936, and 1976, when the library expanded into a section of a former opera house there. It's now time for this episode's movie portion of WWHEN. This episode, we'll be looking into another hidden gem. A movie that didn't do well in the theaters, but is worth seeking out. Voyagers. This is an edge-of-your-seat sci-fi thriller that follows a group of young astronauts on a decades-long mission to populate a new planet. As disturbing secrets are uncovered, the crew descends into chaos fueled by paranoia, lust, and the hunger for power. So, why is this movie worth seeking out? The movie reminds me a lot of Lord of the Flies, or the series Yellow Jackets, but set in space. It's about what happens when young people are stuck in a situation that they can't escape. How do they react? How do they create their own living space? Being PG-13, it's also not violent at all. It's a shame that this movie was a disappointment at the box office, because it's actually really good. That ends this episode of Wehry Weekly History and Entertainment News. If you would like to watch this or any other WWHEN episode again, you can visit Pittsfield TV's and CTSB TV's websites shown here, or visit NBCTC's Facebook page. Also, if you would like to see the episodes in HD quality, make sure to check out my YouTube page at RT Wehry. Thank you.